Welcome back to One Way Football, and a brand new show is brought to you today by One Way Football, and that is Matchweek Madness. And I'm brought here with two of the favourite pundits I have on every week, Johnny and Edward. How are we, lads? How are we?
Right, yeah.
We
You're
can't
okay?
And
forget.
also,
We
not
can't.
forgetting our little mascot as well,
I was
Harry.
going to
Harry's
say that.
joined us as well. Can't forget the big man, Harry. Right,
Harry,
so
Harry,
let's get
Harry.
into it. Let's get
Rick.
into it. We've got a brand new show. So that means this is our predictions for every week when the season starts. And also, we're going to go back to back with our predictions for points. So the way that works, I'll put a thing on the screen later on the show. So we're just going to go through our predictions of the season. We're going to start off with you, Ed, because you went with Liverpool to win the league and Arsenal to finish second. Now,
Yeah.
what makes you think that Arsenal can finish second?
All right. Forgive me. I'm a bit hot because I just ran all the way here from the station to make the meeting. All right. So, like, my thing with that is we've been looking at Gyökeres, and it looks like that deal is almost like nearly done. It's just that sort of director is being a mule about it. By mule, I mean really stubborn. I just feel that if we can, I just feel when that deal is across the line, I did say in our last video, but however, I'm confident that we can sign Gyökeres now, and yeah, that's changed a lot. That's what's my key driven point really.
Yeah, I think the
It's
Gyökeres
done.
thing is taking time. I know there's difficulties getting that over the line, and that's what Arsenal need is a striker. Johnny, you placed Arsenal in fourth. Now, what's your being of that? I know that City and Chelsea are going to be like they've brought in new players and that, and it's going to be tough for them. But what's the reason why you've actually lowered Arsenal to fourth position?
Well, just to point out before we start, the table was mainly done by Harry here.
Right, okay.
However,
And like
I
I
would have
said
put Arsenal
before,
there. Yeah,
your
I'll
fate
take the
lands is lying on his shoulders.
I'll take the full blame for it. But I wouldn't put Arsenal there anyway, to be honest. This Gyökeres, to be honest with you, I don't really rate him. You might laugh at that, but he's what, 27? No one else has really gone in for him. Why not? And I mean, to be honest with you, he's playing at a really mediocre league at the minute. So, and he didn't flop at Coventry or something like that. So I don't think him is going to strengthen you, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to go forward because I do think Chelsea and Man City will go very, very close this season. Really, I do. But
Yeah.
I think Liverpool might just nick it again. But Arsenal fall for me, and Tottenham just behind.
Yeah, and it's like you just said. Then he said that Gyökeres he was kind of a flop when he was at Coventry, but we have to remember he was still young. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, let's be honest. It's Coventry.
Yeah,
It's Coventry.
Yeah, but
So
hold on, sorry, you said he was. How old was he at Coventry? He wasn't that young. He's what, 22, 23? He's 28 now, isn't he? I don't think he
yeah.
was that young.
my thing is,
I'll be honest.
I've only just heard of
But
him.
players these days do adapt quite quickly, more than what I would say in the old days.
I mean, what I'm saying is, what's he? Is he really proven? What's he really done?
Yeah,
I mean,
Right.
let's be honest. Sporting Lisbon are no great shakes, are they? They're not the pinnacle of European football.
No, of course not.
You know,
But
if
I
you
just
put
think.
Sporting Lisbon in your group, you'd be like, yeah, it's great.
All right, ignore him. All right, that's a friend of mine.
was he a Spurs fan, by the way?
That one, no, he's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, right, okay.
Ignore him. Ignore him. Pay him no mind. He's just very.
Yeah, okay.
So I get what you're saying. Portuguese league is a mediocre league. I totally get that. I just feel, me personally, if you're scoring 50 plus goals a year in whatever league that is, you're a very good player. Like you look at other leagues, like look at Ronaldo doing it in Spain. You look at I remember Harry Kane. I think it was a play where he got like 50 goals in one season. So if you'll be able to do that, then I'm going to rate you very highly. So I just think if Gyökeres can do that in Portugal, I don't doubt that he can do it in the Premier League because he has been in the Premier League before. He's played for Brighton, and obviously, I don't. Did he play for Brighton in the league?
It was through lockdown, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah.
His record is poor. His record is poor. How much is it? 60 million quid.
They're looking. They want to. They're bumped up to 65 plus add-on. So you're looking around about
I heard
70 to 75.
I heard 69 million this morning.
Yeah,
Well,
69. Yeah.
I mean,
But that's just
rather you
sporting
than
being,
me.
I'm going to talk to you, Johnny, obviously on one-on-one fan talk about Tottenham and this whole Forest thing. But it's like a
Yeah.
kind of another thing with the Forest thing with sporting. They're just being a bit,
Well,
idiotic
yeah.
about it because they had a handshake on it, which is the worst deal that you could possibly sell to someone. That a handshake is stronger than oak kind of thing.
Mm.
You want that set in writing that you can have that release clause or that you can move away without the club getting involved. That's one of the things that Gokares is an ongoing thing, and as you know, Johnny, from the Forest thing, is exactly the same. Now, like you say, it's totally different with Gibbs and Gokares. Gibbs is proven, so you're going for a player that has been proven in the Premier League. We're going for a striker that hasn't really been proven in the Premier League, so we're kind of taking a risk at that as well. But like stats don't lie. Obviously, in a farmers league like that, I'm not down in the Portuguese league, but it isn't to the standards of the Premier League, is it?
Nowhere near the standard of the Premier League. It's not even close.
Yeah.
And this is, not many players that come from these lesser leagues that thrive in the Premier League. There's not many. And I could be wrong. I could be horribly wrong here. I don't know, but yeah, I'd rather Arsenal than Tottenham. To be honest, you can have him. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see it as a threat.
Yeah.
And if you sign, like I said in the last video, Chris Wood, then I'll be like, well, hang on a minute, you've got a proven goal scorer there. So
Obviously, Gyökeres wouldn't be my first choice. That would have been Isak. However, you're not going to get Isak right now, are you?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we need a strike. We need a striker, and he's better than nothing. So,
of course.
I'm willing to take it.
He's better than no striker. He's better than no striker, isn't he? So,
Exactly. That's what.
Yeah.
And plus, I know what you say. He's got to prove himself, and he can obviously do that. So we're giving him a chance here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at now. Let's look at Tottenham because obviously Johnny's going to laugh at us because we are the eighth brigade, as he mentioned it to me. We both placed Tottenham in eighth, me and Ed, and Johnny, you placed Tottenham in fifth place, which is a massive step from last season, like total massive step. And you're probably going in the right direction anyway because of the players that you're bringing in. Because it's looking, if you're a Tottenham fan right now, it's probably looking a lot more exciting than other transfer windows you've ever had for a long time, isn't it?
Well, he's splashing the cash. I think there's a couple more to come as well. But Kudos is a big signing, massive for us, And
I want to ask, how do you feel about that? Because you are the biggest West Ham hater I know.
I'm not a West Ham hater. The problem is West Ham don't like Tottenham, and to be quite honest with you, without sounding rude, we don't really care about West Ham. They're irrelevant to us, and any West Ham fans listening to this can call me out on it. Irrelevant, and what's the point? They're no rival. They don't win anything, do they? They won one really tiny European trophy, Conference League that nobody cares about, and that's it. I can't remember in my lifetime anything else they've won a cup and one FA Cup. So Kudos is a good player, whether he's from Liverpool, Chelsea, but to take him from West Ham is even sweeter because their tiers right now is phenomenal. I love it. And
let's just look at where you placed West Ham because you put them 15th, didn't you? Not far off from where we put them.
Well, how we put them 15th? I have to say I would have had them a bit lower, actually.
Oh, a bit lower.
Well, yeah, he's got Leeds to go down. I would swap West Ham with Leeds if it was my table. So it's only a couple of differences, but I think West Ham may go down. I'll keep them where they are. That's where I've got them. But you look at them, they're I mean, the only real player they've got is Owen. He's a good player.
Yeah. And he's the only player that can play in that Kudos spot, isn't it? Now that he's got his... Yeah.
But I don't think Potter's the man. And they struggled for a long time since Moyes has left. And they might continue because really they're an irrelevant football club. That's my opinion anyway. So I don't really care about them, to be honest. So I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they finish bottom three. So there we go. I'll happily be wrong on that one.
Maybe one week we might be eating these words, and we get a West Ham fan on with us. And
please do. I'll happily have a chat with them. I want to know why they hate Tottenham so much.
Hold on.
You
Why
know.
do you say we? I'm not. I'm not involved in this. This is between you two.
Well, this
I've
is
got
Well,
no,
nothing to
this
do with
is
that.
no.
I said,
This is you're on this show as well, so you
Yeah,
got
but
to back it up.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying it. I'm not. I don't. I have no problem
what I've
with this.
noticed with
Hang on a
Arsenal
minute,
is
hang on a minute, hang on a minute, hang on a minute. I'm just looking at your predictions here. You put them in 14th. It's not far off from 15th, is it?
yeah.
Well, look, I know, but I've got no problem with that. I just think that with the team they've got signed elite players, they've lost
Yeah, yeah,
one of their best players in Kudus. I just think that's going to affect them. And
yeah.
when did they finish last season?
Well, they
Around about
start.
the same
They
place,
finished.
weren't it?
Well,
Exactly. So
no, they
it's not.
finished. They finished 2 places above Tottenham, and they keep going on
Yeah,
about it. The difference is we've got a European trophy to show for it. They've got nothing.
yeah.
So, and it, you know,
Let's remember they were saying this 2 years ago as well.
what? You know, but the Conference League doesn't count, does it? Champions League and Europa League count. You can't count the Conference League. You
So
can't.
if Chelsea win the Club World Cup, does that not count? Is that a new?
No, it doesn't. It's a friendly tournament.
All right. Well,
It's a
okay.
friendly it's a friendly tournament. It's a tournament to make money, and it's friendly.
Well, like I said before, Johnny, it's like, if any English team that gets into the Europa League now, probably I would expect one of them to get to the final, right? But with the Conference League, you're expecting an English team to win that league, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. To be honest, I mean, if you look at look at the teams in that league, that Conference League last season that Chelsea won. I tipped them from the start to win it. The only real danger was Real Betis and Fiorentina, and they fell away, and that was it. Game over. I actually tipped Chelsea to win this Club World Cup, not realising they get PSG in the final. So
Yeah.
I think they may struggle tonight, Chelsea.
Just quickly about this Club World Cup final, because obviously it's PSG are just on a roll now to just go and batter it. Have you got any fear going into a game in that Super Cup, by the way? Is it going to be a bit of a reality check?
Of course I have. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Any Spurs fan that says, nah, we're not. Of course we are. And to be honest with you, we're sort of resigned to the fact we're going to get beat. We'll probably beat heavily because they are just class apart. So, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, if we can get to 0-0 on the hour, I'll be happy. See what happens then. But, yeah, I just don't, as long as I get embarrassed, as long as we, put up a fight and play well. But to be honest with you, not many teams now will beat them. You saw with Real Madrid last week how they just couldn't get a shot on goal with them. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be very tough for anybody now at the minute to beat PSG. Did you not beat them in the group stage?
We did.
Who?
Yeah,
in PSG, yeah, we did.
Yeah,
you know what? They were a different team back then. It was, and if you'd have told me that they were going to be champions at the start of the season, I would have probably bit your hand off to say that they beat us in the semi-final, even us to get to the semi-final. Anyway,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, and listen, let's be honest, they were the better team. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, and
I respect PSG. Like I've got no problem with them. Like, congratulations.
Mbappe must be absolutely crying his head off right now.
Exactly. He was the problem.
It has to be addressed, turtle munching, looking like Donatello, whatever his name is, from Ninja Turtles. He must be absolutely crying his head off right now because he's seen that big badge of Madrid and gone, oh, I'm going to go there. It just goes to show that the grass isn't always greener, is it?
No. Well, I think Ed got it right there. I think he was part of the problem, but not realising it. So that was it Messi and who's the other one? Gets injured all the time. Neymar, yeah. So Neymar, Messi, Mbappe is just too big a names, wasn't it? No cohesion. Yeah. But this duo, my God, what a player that is.
Yeah. He's got potential, hasn't he?
They've got some talent there, haven't they? They really have.
Yeah.
I think PSG will win tonight, to be honest.
Yeah. I remember when Mikel Arteta said that we were the best team, and as much as I love Arsenal, I do not agree with that. It was PSG if they went on to win it.
Oh my God! Do you know when you look at Arteta and you think, just stop, mate, just stop digging that hole because you keep digging and you keep digging. First you talk about a ball, then you talk about being a better team when we lost. It's just, it's quite funny actually. When you look at it from an inside view of an Arsenal fan, you have to laugh at it because it's just it's ludicrous.
Yeah,
some of the stuff he gets away with.
You know me, and you got know me. I keep it real. PSG were the best team in that tournament because they went to.
Yeah, it's just like. Yeah. There's backing up your team, I get that, but then there's being like that and being completely delusional. Just suck it up and say, yeah, well done PSG. you beat us and you were the better team.
Yes.
Like that,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
just be on with your day. Why have you got to make it into a massive thing, like about yourself? It is a
Now,
bit.
as much as I'm proud of the team, how far we went, like, we just got outplayed. Like, that's the difference. That.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the bottom three now. I'm going to move to Ed on this one. So you went for Brentford, Burnley, and Wolves. Now Brentford's a massive one, finishing in 18th place. You put them, and is that just because of two players potentially leaving?
Yes, and Bramo is going to be the real stick in the mud for them if he does turn Man United. And obviously their captain has come to our team. So it's going to be a tough season for them. I just think they're going to be within that battle. Like, it's going to be like they're going to be within that 17th, 18th place. I just think if they lose their best player in Embuemo, then they've got pretty much no chance of staying up.
I mean, because if we look at Johnny's like bottom three, you've got obviously the three that come up to go straight back down again. Your Brentford is quite low anyway. You've gone for 13th place, which probably I don't know where I put Brentford. I think I put Brentford a little bit higher. I'm not sure. Let me just have a check
I've
here.
got you here actually. You
I put
are
them in 11th.
11th, yeah.
Yeah, so not much difference between me and you, Johnny. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, again,
to be
Harry's put them there. That I would have had them a bit lower down. I think Ed might be right here. They could struggle. Let's look at Brentford as a whole, as a team, considering where they've come from, and Thomas Frank has kept them in that division for 6 years. Never ever been in the relegation zone. That is
yeah, really.
phenomenal.
Oh, well,
Never.
yeah.
I
Well,
saw the
this is
stat the
another
other
thing as
day.
well we have to look into that they've lost a good manager there, haven't they?
Yeah, they've lost a very good manager. They've lost the backroom staff as well, and that's why Tottenham have got him because of what he can do. But I think Ed might be right here, and I would if I had to swap out the bottom three, I'd put Brentford probably over Leeds, and the only problem is Sunderland and Burnley are worse than West Ham. So this is why I probably think West Ham might survive. But Brentford and Leeds, could be the swap around. But it depends. You never know. Brentford, did they not buy Henderson?
That did
Yes,
buy it. That
yeah.
was a free transfer.
Yeah.
There's a free transfer, on a free.
I think that's not a bad signing for them. Somebody who's a bit of experience.
Yeah.
They get a couple more through as well. But you're right about Embuemo. He is the main, and Wissa. I think Wissa's going to Forest. Wissa to Forest. Embuemo to probably Man United. If they can hold on to Embuemo another year, they may have a chance.
Yeah. I mean, do you think as well, because obviously I'm going to look at also Everton right now, and I've put Everton as 15th. Ed put Everton as in 16th place. You've gone a little bit higher with this one, and you've gone mid-table in 10th. And is that just purely just because of the new stadium? Do you reckon that's going to give them an oomph and a bit more of a rise in the table?
Yeah, I don't think they're that bad of a football side, to be honest. And I think Moyes really is the man there, isn't he? And he's a bit underrated, Moyes. I'll be honest. Snags him a bit, but he does a job. But 10th, I mean, again, Harry put him at 10th. But I mean, 10th to 13th, 14th, I think is about right for him. I don't think they're going to go down because I think it's other teams worse than them. Probably 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8 worse than them. So I think they'll be all right. They'll be fine.
Right, one with the probably everyone's itching for us to talk about is Manchester United, because what an absolute shambles of a club they're becoming. And looking at it now, I'm going to go to Ed on this one. Looking at it now, even with the transfers, you just go, you haven't even touched the sides when it comes to transfers this window. It looks like you've got no money to spend anyway, even though you're talking about building a new stadium. Ed, you've actually jumped them up a bit. You've put them into mid-table. You've put them into 10th. What's the reasons why I'm up there?
Mainly because of my dad. They're coming up to 3 years of his passing, and my dad was a Man United fan. So mainly that. Also, I think Cunha is a good signing, and if they can't get a Buemo, I just think that might boost them up a bit. But the other thing is they need a striker as well. That's why they were looking at Gyökeres as well. So I think if they could sort of the flowers, I'll get rid of some of the dead wood. Like they got to sell Anthony, they got to sell Rashford. Like they could get. There's a lot of money coming in here, so they can go and strengthen their team. I just think I've just got a soft spot for them because I still hate them, but there's a soft spot there because of my dad. But I just think there will be improvements, but I still think there will be improvements, but I still don't think it will be like a top four team. I remember when Newcastle came, got Eddie Howe, and he got them in, and that was in the second season. They finished, they went as a top four. Now I'm not saying Man United are the same caliber as Newcastle, but I just think if they get the right players in, if we're more especially, like that might boost in their spirits a bit. And they've got a lot of red debt to get rid of as well, so they can get the money, strengthen the team. I just think there will be some sort of improvement at Man United.
I mean, I can't remember the first couple of games that they've got. I know they've got one of the hardest starts, haven't they?
Well, they've got us. They've got us at Old Trafford in there.
Yeah, they've got us to start with, which isn't easy for us, to be fair, as well, because it's a tough place to go to, and we usually get draws there. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird one for me because just looking at it, I put them in 10th, but you guys, I mean, you put them in 6th place, Johnny.
Yeah, well, Harry's put me 6th place. To be honest with you, I couldn't care less if they go down, to be honest. But they can't be any worse than last season. I'm not sure Amorim is even a football manager. I look at him and I just don't see any confidence. You look at you, if you're a player, you won't go to him and think, he's the man who's going to lead us. You just don't see it. And I don't think he'll be there for the season. If they have a bad start, I mean, like I said, they got Arsenal first game. They lose that, that's pressure already. And as you said, they're not signed anyone. So
they signed one player, but that's pretty much it.
Who was it they signed?
Cunha from Wolves.
Oh, Cunha, so of course, yeah. And possibly
in his own right, is a good player.
Yeah.
But then they've still got a lot of problems and unwanted, loads that they want to unload. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of players there that they don't want in the.
The reason we're putting a bit higher up is the fact that I don't think Amorim will be there long. So I think they'll make a change prior to Christmas. I think I can't see him changing anything, and then I think they may kick on from there. But I thought a very interesting 6. But
yeah, it's just a bit of a mess, isn't it?
It's a mess. It is a mess. I thought last season was a bit of a mess all together for everyone. Let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest about it. Nottingham Forest are not a top 7 team, are they? But they finished there. Tottenham are not a 17th place side. Yeah, they're not. And Man City don't normally finish 3rd. They're better than that. So
you've absolutely hit the nail on the coffin there, Johnny. Because when I did my predictions and put in the likes of Bournemouth down there, and a lot of people say to me, you put Bournemouth down there, and that they had a good season. The problem with these teams is when they have good seasons, a lot of the big teams come in and steal their players. They come in and they absolutely do a bank robbery on their players, and it does affect these smaller teams. And that's why they do drop a lot. You can't tell at the beginning of the season where teams are going to be. That's why it's a prediction. It's what your prediction is. It's it's a guess.
Yeah.
If I'd have told you, Johnny, at the start of last season that you were going to finish 17th, you would have sat in that chair and laughed your head off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way it is. So when you go over to my predictions on One Way Football and you see the comments, and I'm just looking at some of these comments and I'm going, you can't ever judge it too soon. And this is why it's a prediction. It's a guess at the end of the day.
Can I just say that you've both got Wolves to go down, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I find that fascinating.
So I put Wolves to go down because if you've looked at some of the videos that I did with the Wolves fan, there is a lot of problems behind the scenes there as well. They're in liquidation, and the owners aren't putting in into the club either. They've just sold Cunha, but they've not really brought anyone in. So I think they're going to be in trouble. And Wolves, the past couple of seasons, have only just survived. It only just came to the last bit of last season that they managed to stay up. I think they had 3 games left to spare, but it looked quite bad for them. I think if Tottenham or United hadn't been so bad, they would have finished a lot lower. I
agree. Yeah, and I think the bottom 3 weren't as bad. We said this before. The bottom 3 was so terrible last season. And this is why Tottenham took their foot off the gas. They knew they were never going to go down. because the
Yeah.
gap was so far. And I think if those bottom three had a few more points on the board, Tottenham may have won more games. But the mentality is there. So actually, we're going to finish 17th. We've got this Europa League. Let's concentrate on that. But
Yeah, because I put
I
them as
think,
19th and not far away.
yeah,
Ed put them as 20th. Ed, what
yeah.
was your reason for that? Was it kind of the same reason, or do you got any other things that you see?
I just think, yeah, I think it's just time for them to go. I just think they've lost their
They
best
are
player.
they are one of the yo-yo clubs that seem to, like, you have a few good seasons, then they kind of pop off.
Well, no, the definition of a yo-yo club would be Norwich because they just go up and down every year. So that would
Or
be
Burnley or something like that. But they,
yeah, exactly.
you got to think a couple of seasons ago they were in Europe. Wolves.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
were.
So,
That was mad. It's madness.
yeah,
Madness to think.
and yeah, we got to remember Wolves don't have their Portuguese international team anymore. So
No.
so
Cunha's
it's
a big blow, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cunha's
and you know what,
Brazilian,
Nuno was a massive loss for the Wolves because he,
Well, yeah.
when he went to
Yeah.
Forest, it was like, he did good things at Forest.
Yeah. But he came to
And
Tottenham
also-
first, didn't he? Then he went to
Yeah,
Forest.
sorry. Yeah.
Well,
Do you
Yeah.
not think
it
he
was-
had enough time at Tottenham, though?
Looking back at it, yes, I agree. He didn't. We won our first three, and I think we lost the next three. And he made a substitution. I can't remember who it was now. I think Bergwijn came off, and I can't remember who we brought on, and it was uproar. Looking back at it now, it's ridiculous. But you're right. I would like to see it.
Sanchez?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was now, but I think
Sanchez.
Davinson Sanchez. Yeah, he took off Bergwijn and brought Davinson Sanchez. Anyway,
Well,
and we were
actually-
losing. So yeah, but he needed a bit more time. I agree. But then we brought in Conte, didn't we? Win now managers that didn't win anything anytime, and he moaned and groaned, didn't he? After time of it. But,
Well, actually, speaking of David Sanchez, you may have much about that fact that but now he's like a key part of the midfield. So that just goes to prove that players can improve themselves.
do you know what, Ed? This is Tottenham all over. All the players that don't do well for us tend to go on, not only play well, but win trophies.
Yeah, but David Sanchez is staying with you, isn't he?
No, he's at Galatasaray.
Oh, is he?
Oh, he left a long time ago. Yeah, he's at Galatasaray. Been there 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So all these players tend to go and win trophies when they leave us.
Yeah, it is a massive thing these days with selling players. It's hard to see players move on and win stuff. But look, Johnny, I mean, you've got that European trophy under your belt now, so you can't be saying that we're losing all these players and they're going off winning stuff because you've got it, haven't you? So
Yeah.
let's see
And,
what happens after that. Before we go into the rules of prediction, sorry, Johnny, I was interrupting you.
Go on.
Before we get into the rules and prediction layout of each week and how the points work, I just want to quickly touch on Liverpool. Now we've got just quickly 5 minutes to speak about Liverpool. A lot of stuff has happened to Liverpool within the last couple of months, and God rest their souls, Jota and his brother Andrea. It's very sad news what happened to them. Also with the parade and everything, it doesn't seem like anyone can enjoy anything anymore without something like ballistic happening. But look, is this really going to affect? And I'm going to ask Ed this first. Is this going to affect Liverpool though? Because we've all placed them first to be champions. Do you think this is going to either drive them to push on and be champions, or do you actually think this is going to be a bit of a deadlock for them and go, it's going to be a bit of a fall away?
The parade crash thing, not so much. I think, because thank God, no one got seriously hurt or seriously died in that. But it's that I don't think that's a thing where that you're gonna dwell on it. It's one of those things that happens. Jota, though, I think that's really hit the nail on the head with them, and I think that.
I mean, because today they've retired the number 20, haven't they? I've seen it on the news today. Yeah. It's still sorry.
Yeah, it's a sad situation, and I just think Jota's untimely passing is probably gonna motivate them to go win another trophy in his name. So, and I do think, as much as Arsenal side a striker, I think we will do well. I don't think we will win a trophy. I just think Liverpool's team are so much better than all the rest. And obviously, when they say Brinkon works, we've still got Salah, and I just think they're too good to get past at the minute. So I'll just be we're talking about being realistic. I keep it real. I just think Liverpool are still miles ahead of us, and if we're going to catch up with them, then we're obviously going to need to step up with them. Obviously, Arsenal can prove me wrong, but I would actually mind Liverpool winning because I respect Liverpool and I would want them to win it for Jota. So it's
Right, okay.
I'd have no problem with Liverpool taking the league again, and I would have them lose it because of that situation.
And Johnny, what's your thoughts on this with Liverpool? Do you think they're going to run away with it, or do you think it's going to be
They're
tight?
going to run away with it. No, I don't think they're going to run away with it. To be honest with you, when things happen to Liverpool, you know, Hillsborough and you know, the Jota, what's going on now and whatever, they tend to step up their game and they win. In '89, they went on to win the FA Cup after Hillsborough. So I don't think it sort of will affect them on the pitch. So I think they'll win the league, but I don't think they'll run away with it. The question is, you're going on about Arsenal catching up to Liverpool.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful of Man City and Chelsea behind you.
We have to.
That's the issue, because you know, I think Man City will go close again. They always do. You know, we give them last season off, but you know, Pep's got it right, and
I think you can be right there, Johnny. I do think you. I think our prediction might be changed a little bit, and me and Ed might be in a bit of a shock for next season.
Let's see.
Yeah. Right, so basically that's it then. We've got our predictions out. This is how we're going to go back to back each week, and the winner will receive a little trophy or medal. I'll need to sort it out you're going to receive for the till next season. But the loser has to eat a California chili, which is like one of the hottest chilies around, and you have to do it on one of the shows. Okay, so this is how the points work. So each week we all put out our predictions for each game. If one person gets that game right, only one person, then you get 3 points. If two people get the same prediction and it's right, you both get 2 points each. If all three of us get the same prediction with the same game right, it's 1 point each shared. Okay. And then we move on to say like the additional points. So whatever team and that week is in that position, if you say in your predictions that team is in that position, you add another point to it as well. So if you've got Manchester United in 10th and they're sitting in 10th in that week, then you get a point as well, and so on and so on. Okay, anybody that doesn't actually can't make it for the show, then unfortunately you will lose 1 point. Okay, so you could either go back, but that's understandable. But you could make that up the next week. You know,
these just to double, they are correct scores you're looking for, not just win, draw, or home draw away. You're looking for the correct
scores. Yes, correct scores.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Correct scores. So before we go on the show, I want you to write down your predictions and show it. So there's no cheating, so you can't just copy off someone else.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you this now. I'm going to leave it in the hands of Harry for the predictions every week. He's going to do them. And,
you know what? I believe in you, Harry, because you know, like your father's fate lands on your shoulders. Okay, so if you
and I've got 2 questions.
Okay.
So I need Club World Cup predictions for the final.
Club World Cup predictions for the final. Okay. You asking the boys,
I'll tell you what. Before we leave, then let's do a quick prediction now. We can start off the prediction. We make us. No, it's the Club World prediction. Or are you doing the Super Cup?
Oh, you know, talking about the one tonight, are you? Club World? Yeah, tonight's one. PSG Chelsea.
Tonight one. All right then. Okay, we'll kick it off then. We'll start the points off now, and I'm gonna go 3-2 Paris Saint-Germain.
Nice. Ed?
All right. Well, obviously, me and James know how well PSG are. So, and I just think, they're the safer side. And Chelsea, they may have good players, but they're still Chelsea. So, I think it's going to be 5-1 PSG.
Jesus. And you, Harry?
Wow. So, what are we going? Father and son. What are we going for? This is for the first either 3 points.
Yeah.
Well, because me and Ed have got totally gone different ways, so one of us is either got to get it.
2-1.
PSG.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1 PSG.
2-1
Tell me,
PSG.
so I'd like to put my little prediction in. So having gone 2-1 PSG, I'm actually going to go 2-1 Chelsea. And I'll tell
Right,
you
okay,
why.
but I know Harry's put his prediction, but it has to be locked in on your prediction, okay?
Oh, okay. We'll go with Harry's 2-1 PSG.
2-1 PSG, okay, because then it makes it more easier. But you're saying 2-1 Chelsea. You think 2-1 Chelsea, though, yeah?
I just got a feeling they might nick it. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but PSG.
Well,
So
look,
2-1 PSG, 3-2 and 5-1. Is that right?
yeah, you know what? It's going to be interesting to watch an actual final now because to be fair, I've not actually watched any of the competition. It's completely irrelevant to me. But when it gets to a final, it's quite
Did you
interesting.
not watch the Europa League final last season? What was you watching when that was on?
Yeah, no, I did a hate along. Switched off after the 80th minute. Right, lads, listen, we're running out of time here. So, look, thank you. This has been episode 1 of Matchweek Madness on One Way Football. Thank you, Johnny and Harry, for joining us. And thank you, Ed. And we shall see you next week because we've already started our predictions then. And we'll see who got it right to get them points in for the first game. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry, go on.
How about closest score wins?
No. It has to be correct score.
Fair enough.
I have a question
Before
before you go. What pub are you in, Ed? What's the name of the pub?
Perseverance, Broadway Market.
Where?
Perseverance, Broadway Market.
Perseverance Broadway Market. Lovely. Is it full of Arsenal in there?
It's an Arsenal pub, actually.
Bloody hell, right. I'm not going there then.
Right, listen, we've got to cut it off there. We've got to cut it off. Thank you, lads, for coming on. Cheers, Ed. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video on Matchweek Madness, and we shall see you next week for another video. Cheers, lads.
Come on, PSG.
Bye-bye.